New legislation to counter human trafficking will be tabled next month, and an SABC outside broadcast vehicle has been damaged by stone-throwing protesters. I'm Makalan Gift Mpokane with your latest news. New legislation to counter human trafficking will be tabled next month. The bill will ensure that the victims of human trafficking are compensated by their perpetrators. In terms of the legislation, assets of offenders can be seized in South Africa or abroad. International human trafficking is now worth 200 billion rand. Chairperson of the Justice Portfolio Committee, Lowen Laders, says he's confident that the bill will be passed next month.
Human trafficking is slavery, plain and simply. But more importantly, it's extremely lucrative. It's $32 billion per annum. That is an estimate, and it is a very conservative estimate of how much is brought in by human trafficking. So, as long as it brings in that kind of money, it will still happen.
CEO and director of the Besta Theatre in Cape Town, Lara Food, says it's said that the demographics at the theatre is as wide as 22 years ago when she first won her award in theatre. Food says it seems like there is no development of new actors and new voices because of lack of funding. She was speaking during the 47th award at the Fleet Cup Theatre Awards held at Baxter last night. Food says the Department of Arts and Culture is not coming up with funding. The Workers' Committee at the Impala Platinum Mine in Rustenburg says it will today confiscate keys from the NUM offices at Impala North. Workers want the branch committee to step down ahead of the wage negotiation later this week. The committee believes the branch leadership has sold them out during the previous wage negotiation, which led them to a strike. Only certain categories of people were given 18% increase while many were sidelined. The keys of the offices in the Impala South were taken on Friday and over the weekend. The community member Eunice Morake explains.
We want the branch committee to step down because we are not trusting them anymore. That is why we went to take the keys of the NUM offices. We are not trusting them because we've got something in black and white where they make management to upgrade another employees' monies. We want a new leadership to be elected. We don't want those current leadership of the branch.
Sports Minister Fikile Mbalula says the government will intervene to fast-track transformation in rugby and other sports. Mbalula says he's not happy with the way several sport codes are being run.
I'm not happy. And that is why not being happy means that we are actually intervening in relation to what we must do with those sporting codes at the level of performance. And the rugby and other sporting codes in totality. How do we address the question of transformation and the participation of all in those codes?
An SABC outside broadcast vehicle has been damaged by stone-throwing protesters in Slang Park, informal settlement near Grebo in Western Cape. The TV crew were on the way to cover the protest, which has closed down the N2 highway when they were attacked. Nobody has been injured. The protesters are demanding the reopening of the local Omiezo primary school. It was closed down by the Department of Education after an earlier protest by residents to demand that the department address the overcrowding at the school. The protesters have now blocked the N2 between Grebo and the Somerset West with burning tyres. Police are on the scene. Motorists traveling to and from Southern Cape are advised to use an alternative routes.
Well, I was on my way through to George, and as I got over the Soloris Pass, they were processing throwing stones, so I physically had to turn around and come back down again, so I'm stuck at the moment, and I cannot get through to George.